What's up, my Clarity crew? Gabe Nosair here, and today I'm discussing a critical skill every athlete needs: controlling emotions during games. And in order to take a deep dive into this topic, who better to highlight than Golden State Warrior Draymond Green? Green is well known for tiptoeing the line between aggressive and dirty play, and another line arguing with referees and verbally abusing them. I mean, clearly crossed both of those lines numerous times, leading to fines, suspensions, and leaving his teammates and coaches frustrated, and many people asking, why can't he just change? Now, without being on the inside, I can only guess what exactly is happening. But as an athlete, coach, and fan, and observer and student of human behavior, I have seen this happen several times. It's just not that easy for some people, clearly. Now, while some change quickly after facing repercussions, some have a harder time doing so. We all have a side of us called the false self, which leads us to behaviors and decisions that aren't beneficial to us or to others. This part of our identity shows up in 7 different ways, but with people leaning on 2 primary ones. And for the sake of keeping this video shortish, I will focus on 2 most prominent ones in this interaction with Green and the referee in a 2024 game against the Orlando Magic, at least from my perspective. One way the false self presents is stubbornness. Now, this type of behavior becomes ingrained in a person who faced sudden and unwelcome changes in childhood, as well as overly controlling caregivers. Now, the result is conflict with authority and also inability to be present. It's perfect fuel for the fire in the behaviors that you see. Another flavor of the false self that I see personally in this interaction is arrogance. Now, this goes hand in hand with sports, especially at a high level like the NBA. Now, the foundation of arrogance stems from receiving a lot of criticism as a child, which creates a root belief that one is not good enough and needing to prove oneself, mixed with a desire to be special. Now, the quest becomes to protect one's image at all costs. And one way people do that is by criticizing others. So you might be able to see how stubbornness mixed with arrogance can lead to behaviors such as this. Now, if a competitor experienced something triggering outside of the game and before the game and brought it into the arena, which happens, and perhaps has a history with an official, it ignites the flame of the behaviors that you see. Now, Green's ejection in this game happened at the very beginning, and he wasn't even involved in the play, which indicates that whatever was going on with him was not really about the referee's call. Now, this is deep-rooted programming that has not been fully worked through and will likely persist until he comes to terms with his past. Now, some keys to releasing stubbornness are to come to terms with authority, to be flexible, to embrace change, and admit one's mistakes. Now, stubbornness is not all bad. It can be used positively, namely through determination, which is fantastic for people in the athletic world and in life in general. But it can be used more negatively when a person becomes too rigid and difficult to control behaviors, as we can see with Green and lots of athletes. Now, for arrogance, a huge key to healing that is to release judgment of oneself. That's the root belief. And then to release judgment of others and to see them as an equal, even if the referee is making a bad call that we don't like. Now, it's not that easy, clearly, for most people. And it takes deep work with a practitioner, but it can be freeing for a person and can free a person from the behaviors that are harmful to oneself, to others, especially teammates. Now, did anything I say resonate with you in this video? If it did, feel free to subscribe and contact me through my website, aclearmind.com.